shadows where the whispers dwell, always trying to unring the bell. The red road calls a path less known, with haunted streets where the eerie winds moan. Creatures lurking just beyond the light, not just tales spun to frighten the night. The masquerade of ghosts, they walk along in this gritty realm. We're all too young. Take the red road, let the spirits unfold. Follow RezNeck, Calkins, let the mysteries be told. Through the dark we'll weave into the unknown. With each step we take, closer to home.
Welcome back to another week of Red Road Paranormal with your favorite RezNeck. So tonight we have a special friend of ours. She's been on the show before. She's a real sweet, dear friend of ours. Let's bring her up, Miss Jessiy Hawthorne.
Hey, good to see ya.
What's up, Jessiy?
Not much.
Yeah.
Happy you're okay and happy to be here.
I'm glad to have you here. Yeah, it's a good thing I'm okay. Like we were talking backstage, I'm going to throw this out there. People, I'm an old fat guy. I'm 47 years old, overweight. I eat fast food. I had a heart attack last week after the show. It's not paranormal related. Why is it everyone's got to ask, when you have an event like this, all of a sudden, were you somewhere you shouldn't have been, or were you playing with something that followed you home? No, I'm a fat guy that's out of shape. 6 foot, 325 pounds. It happens. So,
oh, that's too funny.
For real. Everyone tries, right away. No, it
Yeah.
has nothing to do with the paranormal. It has nothing to do with what we do. It's the fact that I'm out of shape. And I know round is a shape, but it's not a healthy shape. Okay? Sorry, guys. So
You're like, sorry to burst your little bubble.
Right.
Nothing paranormal here.
No.
Oh,
So
that's too funny.
I know this is the second time I've had you on the show, So for those that don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Jessiy. I've been having experiences with anything remotely supernatural or paranormal since I was 5. One of my first memories is of seeing an ET extraterrestrial gray, like top part of its head in the back of the yard, moving like through some bushes. I experienced 8 to 10 foot tall black shadow beings with red eyes on the property that I grew up on, which I came to find out was an Indian burial ground later on in life. So that explains a lot. I'm also working on my abilities, my psychic abilities. I'm also a Reiki master and sound healer. Oh gosh, for 6 years now. That was May 1st was my anniversary. And I was like, oh wow, it doesn't feel like 6 years.
Nice. Yeah, I'm glad you
anything paranormal related. I'm an encyclopedia.
I'm glad you threw in there that you work on your psychic abilities. Because I remember the very first time I met you at one of the shows, we had talked about that. I'm like, you're gifted, girl. You need to lean into it. You're like,
oh
yeah, I don't know.
I got some shit to tell you. I've been working so hard this year, and a little bit last year on understanding them better. I had a one-on-one with Chris Fleming in early January.
Nice.
So he like pretty much was like, wait, you answered all these questions. Why are you here? I was like, I need some direction, Chris. I don't really know what to do or how to do it. Like, I know it's there, but I need something to grasp onto so I can like work towards. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever I see him, I always give him like little updates. So when was this? So in February, we so I'm part of Spire Paranormal with Ed Levin and Mike Alsip. So I'm part of their team.
Part of the Para family there.
Yep. They had an investigation at the Kings and Queens like bar. Oh gosh, I can't remember what town it is, but it's in Wisconsin.
That was just
you know about it.
weeks ago. Yeah, I was but something came up. I couldn't make it.
Yeah, that's what happened with me. We had to put my fiance's cat to sleep on the 20th of February. So I'm not going to be that asshole and be like, oh, sorry, bye,
Right.
So I stayed home with him, and they ended up live streaming some of it like they do. And I honestly wasn't expecting to really pick anything up, but ever since meeting with Chris, whenever something pops into my head, I vocalize it or, say something about it. So I'm just cooking dinner, watching the live stream, and I'm, in the comments, I'm like, okay, that room you went past, I feel like a tall, like really mad man. Like he's an angry man, very tall. And then they went through like, they're just with the camera, panning with the camera, and I felt like a little girl. I was like, there's a little girl hiding behind the couch or something. I think she's scared of that man. So I'm commenting all this, and they're validating, like, yeah, that's true. And yep, we already talked to that spirit, and we talked to that one too. And then I like to go in cold, so I didn't know anything about it. I just
Mhm.
knew that it was a bar. That's all that I knew about it. And they were upstairs by the bar area, and he, panned around, and it has all the those game machine things, like casino-y type games.
Yep.
So this whole wall has those, but in my head I saw like flapper dresses and those like long cigarette things and like the little fancy champagne glasses and like old-timey music, all that like flashed into my head. I'm like, holy crap, you guys, this just
Back
happened. And I
back
was
to the
right.
20s.
Yeah, I was like, holy crap, that's awesome. So that happened in February. Um, I was just at Edinburgh Manor, actually, April 25th. I brought Larry Eisler with me,
Mhm.
and my buddy Matt. So that was my first time there. Matt's been there like 5 or 6 times. Larry's only been there once. And we're walking around, and we get to this one room, and I pick up a little girl named like Susie. I was like, Susie or Sadie, something like that. And the tour guy was like, Susie, do you know about this place? I'm like, I don't know much about it. No. And like I saw like 8 to 10 years old, brown hair. And so I picked her up. I picked up this in this one room, like just feeling terrified for my life and like fear. And like I had like really bad chest pains. Hello. And I was like, okay, what is this about? So I've been noticing when my chest gets tight, it's usually, I mean, this is unfortunate, but it's usually when there's energy there and I have to figure it out. So it's like, damn it, why can't it just be like, a little bell goes off in my head? Why do I have to have chest pains like I'm having a heart attack? you know?
Right?
So
Yeah.
I mentioned what I was feeling, and I said, I don't know, I feel like there's a woman in here. She really does not like men, and something bad happened here. Like, I don't know, like assault or she was murdered. I don't
Mhm.
know, something bad happened here. Sure enough, a woman was assaulted and killed in that room, and I'm like, oh my God. So that was also validation, and not going to get political, but I found this interesting. So the night prior to Edinburgh, I stayed with my friend who he's got abilities too, and we talk about it every now and then. So I asked him, I'm like, hey, have you been feeling like something bad was gonna happen, like on the world stage or something? Like, I don't know. I feel like something's gonna happen. And this was Friday.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody's gonna shoot Trump or shoot at him or something like that. And he was like, no, I haven't really been feeling that. And then Saturday comes around, I get a text from my mom. Somebody tried to shoot at Trump. I'm like, what? What? Like, what? That was just like a feeling I had. Holy crap. And I found that out literally as I predicted activity. We were getting ready to go into the building after taking a quick little break. It was about 8:30, 9 o'clock, so it just got dark. And I walked through this like force field or something. And I was like, whoa, you guys. It was just the 2 other females and me. I feel like I just walked through a wall of energy. Like something's gonna happen. Like not like bad, but I don't know. I feel like it's amped up. Like the building's awake now. And they're like, huh, well, that's interesting. And as soon as my friend put her hand on the door handle to open the door, we heard a dresser move on the floor above, like outside. And we were like, what the
Right?
So that's been my psychic stuff lately. I've been listening to it, and it's really like I'm still flabbergasted about a lot of it. Like I did
Yeah.
not predict that.
The biggest thing I say is just believe in yourself.
Mhm.
I second guess myself all the time, and I'm right 99% of the time. It blows my mind, but yet I still don't put that faith into myself. So don't make my mistakes because it's harder to recover from that.
That's what
Yeah.
I've been trying to not do. I'm like, "Okay, this might be stupid, but I'm feeling this way," and then I vocalize it, and then, I got a journal now, so, like, when was it, March? March, I was at the Egyptian Theater in DeKalb for the first time, and I was writing, well, actually, I had my phone because I forgot my journal, so I was putting it in the notes in my phone, and I saw, like, 2 of the spirits that are known there, and I've never been there, I don't know a thing about it.
Mhm.
So, it was just really, really, really interesting. Like, I was picking up, like, young girl, blonde hair, gold dress, um, and then we walked past this one section, and I saw a picture of her. I think her name's Eva or Ida. I think Ida. And then,
Yep.
I kept smelling cigarette smoke randomly and my chest hurt, and I'm like, "Okay, this is a different type of feeling. It's not the I can't breathe, panic attacky feeling. This is like something else." Well, the old owner of the place, I think his name was Irv, he was a chain smoker and he died of a heart attack. And I'm like, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah. 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 Now, have you noticed the more you go out, the more that you're tuning into these things? Like
Yes,
you're
so I've been trying so hard to get out when I can, like, trying to think if I think my next well, technically my next investigation is Broadhead with my team, May 30th. We got spots sold for I'm doing 6 PM to midnight. So
okay.
that's my next kind of investigation. And I'm actually going to Ashmore Estates for the first time on June 13th.
Nice.
So really looking forward to going there. I've been wanting to go there for a while.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah,
see
I
what
gotta
happens.
get out and hit some more places myself. I've been going nuts sitting here at home, not getting out as much as I like to. So there was someone that asked a question a second ago from you
Yeah.
about a certain room that you're
Room I
drawn to
want
or
to
something like that.
spend to the most of Oh, in Edinburgh? I know it was on the women's ward is where that happened. I spent some time in there, and then, the red room was very relaxing to me. Like, when I was in there, I got John, like, this protective male, John, protective over women, and I felt very calm in the red room, which I come to find out later, there is a very tall man that looks after the women's ward that is
Okay.
seen on both, like, the red room and the blue room, so I found that interesting, and then we did go downstairs. I got poked in the eyeball by whatever was down there. Larry said he's known as, like, the Joker or something. So, yeah, we went down to this one area, and it's just like, and I'm like, "Ah, what the hell?" And he was like, "Joker got you, didn't he?" And I'm like, "I guess so." Like, I don't know, I felt like I got poked in the eye, and I was like, "You're not scaring me. I know you're here. Deal with it." And I've
I
been
rather would have got poked in the eye than what happened the last time I was out on investigation. I actually
Uh-oh.
got molested by a ghost.
Oh,
I,
shit.
took a full handful of the goodie sack, let's say. Sitting here, doing some spirit box work, and next thing I know,
Boop.
yep, the guy next to me got his ass fondled.
Wow, that's hilarious.
So I would have took the poke in the eye. Okay, just saying.
I've been touched before, not there, but though I was actually really shocked I didn't get touched, but it could have been like I've been putting intentions every time I go anywhere. Like put a little bubble around myself and like say like this is what Chris told me to do, like set my intention of what I want to get out of this like investigation or whatever I'm doing.
Hmm.
So that's what I've been doing and it seems to be working too.
Yep.
I saw a portal there.
Okay.
Larry actually helped me kind of walk me through it. So were we in the blue? No, we were on the second floor. We were on the room that was opposite like the puzzle room. I can't remember what number or anything, but hey Greg. So we were in this one room. One thing that I really wanted to do while we were there was to just sit. not talking, not doing anything, just sitting and listening and like taking the building in. So that's what we were doing. And I was sitting on this bed. Larry was laying on a bed, like kind of across from me. And my friend Matt was sitting on a chair in front of me. And I'm just looking at this patch wall, and it starts to morph and kind of look like water, sort of like wavy water, like from like the Bahamas, like that really pretty iridescent.
Yep.
And I was like, Larry, I think I see a portal. He goes, oh, okay, what's it look like? And I was telling him, he goes, yep, I'd say that's a portal. So just try to not concentrate on what your eyes are seeing and try to focus on it with like your third eye and like let everything else kind of dwindle around you. And I'm like, okay. So I started doing that, and I started seeing like little white orbs flying around it. And then like this, like when oil is on pavement, that like iridescent rainbow color, I saw orbs that color, and they would like shoot through and go up. And then I saw out of the corner of my eye, like a black figure kind of just get sucked into it. And I was like, oh shit. And I'm telling him all of this. Like, I can't believe this is happening.
Next time you talk to, Mikey from the team, they're asking him about portals with me.
Oh,
He'll have
okay.
a story. So I kind of opened his eyes up one night.
Okay. Will do.
Yeah, it's a good story. So, what else have you been up to? So you've been out investigating a lot lately. You're working on your mediumship abilities, which I'm very proud of you for.
Thanks.
So, hey Lee, how Tada said hi.
Hello.
Are portals different for different mediums, or it depends on how you perceive them? I feel them more than I do see them, but usually, the way I can describe it, if I see something like that, it's almost like how you see a swarm of gnats in the summertime. You get that same swarm without the gnats being there. That's how I see them if I do see something.
Interesting.
But again, I normally feel them. If I feel them, I use my pendulum to go ahead and back me up and for my validation, and then I'll find out which way that portal is going using my pendulum.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, that was my first I guess you could say, of me consciously knowing and interacting with it, because I knew there was one in the woods when I was a kid. I got a picture of it by accident, but I didn't, know anything. I was just like, oh, there's a portal back there. That's bad,
Yeah.
Nowadays I know better. So it was definitely interesting. So last June, Steve and I went with my friend Matt to Waverly Hills for our first time. He got me some dowsing rods there, which I'm very, very, very good with those for some reason. Like Mike always loves, he's like, you got your rods with you? Yeah, sweet. Let's use them. I'm like, okay. Cause I always get really clear answers very quickly.
Yeah.
So I've been using those a lot. Like I don't use the flashy gadgets and stuff like I used to want to use. I use me and like my dowsing rods. And then like I like to use like spirit wave or necrophonic or a talking something, so I could possibly communicate that way too. So that's been fun. But yeah, Waverly's, holy crap. Trying to think how to word it right. The fourth floor was probably I don't want to say terrified, but I was pretty much there. I haven't felt that type of emotion since where I grew up. So that was definitely a shocker. Like I wasn't expecting to really feel anything. I don't go into these places like, oh, it's super haunted and all this stuff's going to happen. Like that's not how I go into places.
No, I'm just walk in clear going, let's see what's there and who wants to communicate.
Pretty much. Yep. Same with me.
Because one person walks through and has a certain experience doesn't mean everyone else is going to.
I want to go to Trans-Allegheny. That's on my bucket list.
Yes. We need to get together, get a group of us together and drive down and go do something like that.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I know there's another place in West Virginia too that's pretty haunted as well. But yeah, when I went to Waverly, I wasn't expecting much. I was just like, okay, we'll see what happens. And that was Steve's first like actual investigation that he's been on. So when he found out that it was a free for all, we could do whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted, he was like, what? And it was just like pulling me. We're going to the 5th floor. We're going to the death chute. We're going here. And I'm like, fuck, okay.
Slow down, calm down. We'll get there.
Like, as long as you're having fun, I don't care.
Right. Kid in the candy store.
Yeah, because like he's loved that. Well, like he's loved that place and wanted to go there since high school, like me. So it was just so funny seeing him like that. Oh, the hospital in College Hill. Yeah, I know about that one too.
Not familiar with that one, but
yeah, when we I just knew the 4th floor is like the shadow floor. Like people always said they saw shadow figures. I wasn't expecting what I did. Like I opened the door and I could feel it. I was like, oh my God, like the rawness of it. And I just started bawling. Like I could not stop crying. And I was like, okay, you guys need to back up. Like, holy crap. And so I went and I walked off the floor into the hallway for a minute. I'm like, ooh, holy shit. And I looked at Steve and I'm like, you always are unsure about this stuff. Do I have any reason to be bawling like that right now? He's like, well, I sure shit hope not. And I was like, no, I have nothing to be sad about. Like, this is crazy. And I went back on the floor, started bawling again. And so then I walked to the balcony, whatever is it called, where they had all the beds and stuff. So I walked over there and it lessened a little bit. And I was like, okay, this is better than in the actual hallway. So I was able to finally get that under control. And then when we're walking around, like I just have this pit in my stomach. And Steve was even like, babe, I feel stuff. I'm like, what do you feel? He's like, it feels like everyone's staring at me. Like everyone's poking their heads out of the room or something, like looking at me. This is weird. I was like, welcome to my world. That's what I feel all the time.
Yeah, you've been to Broadhead.
Yeah, I've been to Broadhead. My team's going to be there on the 30th of May, actually doing tours and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, when you walk into a place like that and they're not familiar with you or your energy, you know, they're going to notice you right away. Especially those of us with abilities, we burn a little bit brighter than most. So that's almost like a beacon being. We're the flashlight as you're walking through the darkness.
Yep, that's kind of what I was telling him. That was the only floor that I had to have a light on. Normally, I don't really care. I have a red light. Nope, I had to have a light on the 4th floor. Like, and then anytime we would go past it, like if we were going to the 2nd or the 5th floor, Steve would go on the floor in darkness and just stand in the middle of a hallway so he could feel stuff.
It sometimes, you know, I've been drawn to some places where you want to just go sit in the dark somewhere. You know, it happens, you know, and that's a calling. Then it could be something was there wanting to communicate with them.
Yeah, I thought that too. Yeah, the bats did, that's for sure.
There you go.
He forgot. I told him, like, babe, there's bats here, just so you know. And like he's like, whoa, what the hell? And he's like ducking. He's like, was that a bat? I'm like, I told you there's bats here. Like, that's a well-known fact.
Been like, nah, baby. That's one of them shadow crawlers. That's what I'm a little bit, you know.
He did see some shadows. Like he laid head first in the morgue drawer, and I was leaning against the wall using my dowsing rods. And he said he's like, babe. I'm like, what? He's like, where are you at? I'm like, over here. And I shine my light. And he goes, huh, I saw something walk over that way. I was like, well, it was not me. Like, I've been sitting here against the wall with the dowsing rods. So
cool. So now you're from the Chicagoland area, back my hometown area. Have you been out to Joliet prison yet?
Yeah, I went. That was actually my first, I guess you could say, professional investigation in 2023. Because I've always, yeah, right.
Okay.
Not me and some kids with flashlights going in the cemetery.
I don't know that word.
Right.
So, go ahead, finish.
I went there with Dave Schrader and Shane Pittman when I found out that you could do that, and there were paranormal conferences. I had no idea about any of that until 2023. So it was just 3 years ago. Actually, May 8th was when I was there. So yeah, I went there with them. It was a big group of people. That's where I met like Kara and a few other people that I know now. That place was definitely interesting. Yeah,
I've been dying to go there. It's on my bucket list. I actually want to go in with jailhouse oranges on. I want to be put either in solitary or death row, full shackled, so I can't run or move. Throw some equipment around me, throw the cameras on, and leave me alone. And let's see what happens. At that point, I can't do anything except for communicate. No
Right.
matter what happens, if things start flying, awesome. Hope we catch it. But
Yep.
just to be there immersed and basically be a giant sized human trigger object.
You're right.
And I have a theory about this that I believe that they'll speak to me a little more easily than they would someone else because, I was a bad boy. And I have
Okay.
some letters attached to my name that shouldn't be attached to it. So they
Okay.
might see me as one of them.
Yeah. That would be
And
interesting.
when you get in that criminal element, they'll talk to each other, but if you ain't from the same fold, you're not going to get much.
Right.
So my goal is to be able to go there and actually have a full-on conversation with those that are still in the block.
Okay. Interesting. Because I mean, it is active. Like I saw a pair of shadow legs, I guess you could say, on the catwalk. So that was definitely different and interesting. So that was cool. Then obviously equipment was going off, and that was before I was fully open with my gifts. So I was like getting the bad feelings and didn't understanding them. Or not understanding them. Now I understand them better.
Yeah. Well, Tony was just mentioned he was a
Yeah.
tour guide
Oh,
out
Tony.
there.
Hey, Tony.
And then he wants me to tell you about the church in Cicero, which,
Oh, yeah. I know about that. I haven't been there yet, though.
next time I come down, I'll take you there, I promise. All right, we'll set that up. That's my home church. I'll get you in there. We'll go spend a night there. I'm telling you, I took Gwen there. It's an interesting place. You consider it was a funeral home for all the years it was, and then became a spiritualist church, and all the
Yeah.
stuff that we do with our mediumship and the other side. It's a unique blending,
Interesting. Okay.
and I've taken other mediums there, and they've all felt like they belonged.
That's
They were
cool.
welcome to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So
That'll be cool. I know a few people that have gone there. I just haven't had the chance to, because like I got stuff booked all the way until November. So it's like if something is like, oh, it's gonna be on this Saturday, I'm already booked. That
right,
tends to happen a lot.
yeah. See, I'm only booked till June. I still got a bunch of calendar, and I just had a whole bunch more free time opened up.
Yeah, right.
So yeah. So let me just put this out there, guys. If you need a guest on your podcast or someone to come out and investigate with you, hit me up. I'm off for the next 6 to 8 weeks. So Tuesday nights is the only thing I have committed to.
Yeah, right.
So.
Yeah, I just started working again after being laid off in October, so I'm getting used to that again. Waking up at 6:30 in the morning.
Such a drag. Being an adult sucks some days. So,
I'm doing what I can to get like out of that, but I'm not expecting overnight miracles,
just gotta put it out there.
Mhm.
I was putting it out there in my prayers that I needed a sign, whether I needed to step away from the current situation or to be able to follow my passions by doing this and being out in the
Mhm.
field. And oh, look, I had a heart attack. Jeez. And I get fired a few days later. So I think that
Oh
was a
my
sign.
god.
I
I
think
didn't
that
know
was
that
my
happened.
sign. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know that happened too. Jesus, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I said, I got free time. I'm gonna follow my passions. I think that was the sign I needed.
Yeah.
You know.
It seems like the older everybody gets, the more the universe is like, all right, you're done. Nope. Here you
Yep.
go.
Exactly. So you got to watch what you ask for and what you put out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Hey,
100%.
get a hold of me. Get a hold of me. Bobbie RezNeck Calkins right on Facebook. We can schedule a time. So now, any other big trips coming up?
Well, I actually got to go through Galena for the first time when I was coming home from Iowa. So
Okay.
definitely I told Steve, I'm like, we're getting a cabin or something out that way, and we're gonna spend a couple days out there. Like it is beautiful out
It
that
is.
way.
I haven't been out there since I had to say about 10 or 11.
Oh
Um,
wow.
and back then, I remember the energy out there was unique. It was a beautiful
Oh yeah.
setting. It was back when I was part of the Boy Scouts. We used to have
Oh, okay.
one of the jamborees was out there, and they
Nice.
cut us loose on the town and hang out at the campsite. But in town, I just remember being in awe a lot of times, depending on where I went. So, ooh,
That's a question for
yep.
you.
Let's see. Are there vendor tables? I had them on the show a few weeks ago. There was a couple vendor spots left. I do not have a table this year. I'm just going down to hang out, especially with everything that just went on. I don't need the extra stress. But
Right.
if they wanted me to speak or help out or do any presentations, I'd jump right on board. So if something does come with Greg, I'll let you know. We did that dual Estes for Rockdown last year.
Oh,
Uh,
cool.
yeah. So I love
Oh,
working with that
I
guy.
didn't I know you were telling me that you were gonna do that. I didn't know that you guys actually did that because I
Yep.
didn't really get to stay last year for the investigation.
Yep. Yeah. So we did the dual Estes and working with Greg's awesome. If you ever get a chance to jump on
Okay.
it. You got a good group around you already. I love working with Ed and Mike. I've worked with him a few times now, both at Broadhead and
Yep.
down in Wasika.
Yeah, yeah. That's so September 26th. Chris Fleming and Diet Renee and Neil Gibbons, they're doing like a thing at the Roth house in the courthouse. Neil actually told me he was like, "Hey, so if you want to like set your Reiki booth up, I'm not really doing vendors or anything. You are more than welcome to." And I'm like, "Okay." Because I
Nice.
mean, my team's gonna be there. I was gonna be there anyways. So
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that was nice of him. So I'm excited for that. And then not too many expos this year. I'm probably going to more than vending. So I've got the Witches and Wellness Expo July 11th and 12th in DeKalb.
Nice.
They just had a Paracon late March. That was fun. So yeah, I'm doing the Witches and Wellness one. I'm doing a like sound bath slash presentation about sound healing. So I'll be there giving Reiki and energy healing and stuff. And then the only other expo that I'm vending at is the Rockford Paranormal Conference, which is the 10th and 11th or 9th and 10th of October. So
Okay.
I'll be speaking about Reiki and energy healing, and then I'll have my table for energy healing and stuff. So those are the two that I'm vending at this year so far. I'll see if I got time to throw another one in. We'll see what happens.
Right. Yeah, I'm only going to be vending down at New Orleans Paracon. I'm actually
Mhm.
speaking also down there
That's awesome.
about the Native American ways and the paranormal and supernatural. And
Hmm.
then I'll be vending out for Mass Paracon in October. So that's the only thing I'm actually booked for this year. So my summer's
Okay.
pretty wide open. So
I'm reading the comment.
yeah,
So the DeKalb Expo is at NIU at the Alchiad Hall. I don't know how to pronounce it. ALTGERALD or something like that. So that's where it was at on the NIU campus, and that's where it's going to be for July as well. Yeah,
okay,
speaking of Native American stuff, I don't know if I ever told you about this. This got brought up a couple days ago. So I got to meet somebody I've looked up to for a long time. There's an expo called the Contact Modalities Expo that is in Delavan Lake, Wisconsin, and now it's like every year. Last year was the first one, and this year was their second one. Oh my god, it's my weekend. Like my friend and I, we get rooms on the resort, and we are just there meeting and talking and making new friends and stuff. And they do like CE5s and stuff. So it's all about consciousness and how
hmm
everybody's one and everything. And there's like Native Americans, I don't want to say rituals, ceremonies. There we go. That's the right word. That they perform and stuff. So I was talking to this one, her name's Sarah Breskman Cosme, and she's followed in Dolores Cannon's footsteps. So she does QHHT, which is quantum healing hypnosis therapy. So she hypnotizes her clients to lose weight or quit smoking or anything you could think of. And then something else has been coming through for the past few years, like higher self, extraterrestrial beings, all types of stuff. So she has a bunch of books that she's written about them. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm finally going to get to meet her, because I have the 3 books that she has out, and I plan to buy the 4th there, which I did. And I don't know why I just started talking. It just started coming out. And so when I was in Massachusetts, was it our first, or I think it was our first time. So almost exactly 4 years ago to the day. We were on Mount Wachusett, which is kind of in the middle of Massachusetts. And once we got out that way, I felt home. Like I felt like this is where I'm supposed to be. This is where I belong. Like, or I've been here before. I don't know, but I felt home when we were out that way, especially on the west side of it. I can't remember what, I mean, I know there's the Wampanoag tribe, but there was a few other ones out that way. So we're
My
on this
people from
mountain
out that
that's
way
literally
originally.
like, what's up?
My people are from out that way originally.
Oh,
New
that's
York,
cool.
all the way
Okay.
down, Mohicans.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. So yeah, you'll
Yeah.
find this interesting. So the mountain is very, very rocky. Like it's not wooded trails like what you'd see like kind of up this way. It's 100% rocky. If you step that way, you gonna die. Like that's how how crazy it was. So we're walking up these rock stairs, I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
And then I black out. I don't know what happens. The next thing I know, I'm like 200 to 300 feet below where Steve's at. And I'm like, what? I was like, what just happened? And he's like, I don't know. You just started humming and you skipped off the path like you knew the place. I'm like, what? So I think
You've been there in a past life, darling.
yeah, I think
That's
my
your
lives
ancestral.
might have merged for a split second or something. I don't know. But yeah, he said that I just like kind of started to hum and just started skipping down the path, even though I've never been there before.
No, you've been there.
Yep. So
Yeah.
that was definitely very interesting. I've always been drawn to the native side of everything. I actually still to this day have some people that ask if I am native. I'm like, well, thank you for the compliment, but actually, no, I'm half Thai and half Ukraine.
Yeah.
But if they think I'm Native American, I'm like, hey, thanks.
Yeah. Well, you probably were native in a past life. I'm willing to bet on that one. You know, so that's where you get a lot of your draw from. And I know it's a lot of other people get a draw from because of we still have our roots. We
Yeah.
still have some of the old roots still with our beliefs and our cultures, which really isn't that different than what was out there for everyone else. You know, we all kind of started with the same beliefs, but everything kind of got morphed along the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And then like the Bigfoot community, as well. Hey, Gwen.
Yep. Thanks for watching, everyone. We appreciate it.
So I went to the Cryptid Con this past weekend, and we went to the Greenbush picnic area. Oh, it's beautiful. It was so beautiful out there. Didn't have, well, I don't want to say didn't, because I don't know what we experienced, but I got drawn to this one clearing section to just pop a squat and hang out. That's what I was told to do, and me and Larry did that. So I'm sitting in my chair, and I really feel like something's to our left. Like you can hear the heavy footfalls. I'm like, that's not a deer. He's like, maybe it's a person. I'm like, I don't think that's too heavy. Like that's loud. And we could just feel it. And then one time I saw like this white orb kind of float through the woods, and he saw an orange one. So we both saw orbs in the direction that, I don't know, something was watching us. So that was cool. Then we saw like UFOs and shit. So that was really cool.
Nice.
Oh, hey. Everybody's popping on now.
I skipped it this year. I pretty much told myself, well, if I got an invite, I'd go, but otherwise, I think I needed to stay home and rest up with
Yeah,
everything that went
definitely.
on. But yeah, they
Mhm.
usually put on a good convention. It's the second year they've had it. When it comes to bigfooting and doing stuff with cryptids, to hook up with Barnaby is a very good thing. The guy
Yeah,
is
yeah.
very knowledgeable and he's good at what he does.
Oh, I gotta tell you a funny story about him. So we were at he was at the DeKalb Expo and I was there just to hang out, help Chris with his booth and stuff because he's still recovering from the treatments that he had for
Yep.
cancer. And hang out with Larry and all my friends. So I was just there and I'm just walking around and I see Barnaby's table. I'm like, hey. And I was telling him, like, yeah, I'm planning on going to the CapCon and everything again this year. I'm excited for it. I don't know if I'm going to vend yet, but we'll see what happens. He's like, okay, yeah, I've still got tables open. And he had, I guess they're kind of REM pods. And um, I grabbed one and he's like, yeah. I was like, oh no, I know what a REM is. Okay. And he's like, yeah. So we just hold it. And he thought it was like this with the antenna that went up and you leaned it. I moved the antenna and set it down flat. And he goes, are you freaking kidding me? And he just started laughing. He's like, here I am thinking I know how to use my own equipment. It was so funny because I was just like, boop, antenna, set it down. And he's like, how did you do that? I'm like, you just moved the antenna.
I can see that.
Him and his, I think it was his wife. I'm not sure at the booth with him.
No.
They were laughing so hard.
Yeah. As far as I know, Barnaby hasn't gotten married again. So
Okay.
probably
So one of his friends then.
Yeah, one of the team members or Ma. One or the other usually are with them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was really, really funny. But yeah, the expo, there was a lot of people there. I loved the vendor selection. There was a lot of different stuff. For like healers and readers, it would have been a little difficult because there were speakers literally like back to back. So nobody really had time for a 10 or 20 or 30 minute, healing and stuff. But I got like some earrings from there. I got some freeze-dried Skittles for my fiance. There was some like wood burn stuff. So I got him like some coasters. That's like the Ouija board and stuff. So they had a lot of cool stuff there.
Cool.
So it was fun.
Very cool.
Boop.
Nice.
I'm trying to think anything else that I've been up to recently. Just trying to live life and have fun.
Let's step back to that potential Bigfoot encounter you had there on the hike.
Okay.
Did you notice any different kind of feeling when you noticed the orbs, or you thought something was coming your way? Were you?
I felt calm.
Okay.
Yeah,
any
like I didn't feel.
Speak?
Oh, I tried. Like I was thinking in my head, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not recording. I would love to see you. Like I kept thinking those thoughts over and over again, but nothing, as far as I know, came back to me. But usually if you hear footfalls in the woods that are huge next to you, you kind of like, you kind of freak out like, oh shit, what's there? That's not how I felt. I felt the opposite. I was like, oh, hello. Like there's somebody here. Cool. Instead of freaking out like what's in the woods.
Right.
So I didn't think about that actually, but yeah, that's how it felt. Interesting. And then when I saw my orb, at least I was like, it was like a calm, not serene, but almost serene feeling, like very relaxed, like, oh, that's awesome. Cool. I was like, hi. So I said hi. Like I said, I brought cedar. I had tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it went. So I'm like, well, I still have cedar. That's something.
Right.
So I brought that and I left it at a couple areas. I even said, hi, my name's Jessiy. I'd love to meet you. This is a gift for you. I want to show you respect. Yep. And I would leave it in certain spots. So that was my, introduction to whatever was in the woods. So that was my thing, was I wanted to be more of a respectful, kind, genuine gesture instead of I want evidence. Like that's not what I was there for.
No, and you go with that mindset, you're probably not going to get anything.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've had some unique experiences in the woods, but when I go out, I drop tobacco and I actually call out to my big hairy brother or my big furry brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I dress, Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So, and I like you said, the steps. We've had times where you literally heard the steps and almost felt them through the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and then you hit it with lights or cameras, and there's nothing there.
Yep.
Thermal, nothing shows up. You search the area, and you can't explain what you see.
Yep.
So,
So I guess you could say it was a Bigfoot experience, even though I didn't physically see it, but I know something was there, and it wasn't a spirit. I know how those feel, especially now that I've been exercising my abilities and stuff. I know how that feels. I know how stuff that's not nice feels, but this was
mhm,
it was different. Like I sensed something different. It's hard to explain.
yeah. Well, we'll have to get you up here on the property, and I'll take you for a walk and see what
Right.
you pick on and what's up here. I do have a few spots up here that sightings have been made. I haven't had a sighting there yet, but I
Mhm.
also have some other spots where I've been kind of experimenting with things.
That's cool. Yeah, that's one thing that is definitely on my bucket list is a class A sighting one day. And I mean, nowadays, so like where I grew up, I always saw the big black things with red eyes all the time in the woods. And we'd always
Hmm.
have rocks get thrown at us, or I would be hiking and I would just feel like you are not allowed back here. Like, oh, like I hit a wall. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go back home. Like all of the stuff that I experienced at that house I hear all the time from Bigfoot people and Bigfoot researchers and all of that. Like, I'm wondering, like, were there Bigfoot in those woods? Is that what was that all that was? Like, I don't
Could
know.
be possible. Very well possible.
So that's one thing that I've been pondering a lot lately. Like, especially my Jay Bachochin. Like, he's a good friend of mine now.
Yeah.
Um, one I think it's his first film. They had rocks getting thrown at them from the Kettle Moraine, where
Yep.
you literally can't go that way. Like it's a hole almost. It's a there's not going to be somebody 100 feet away throwing rocks at you. It's an incline.
Yeah.
Um, so like I saw that and I was like, wait a minute. Oh, I had rocks thrown at me all the time from the woods. What?
Yeah.
Well, back then I was like, oh, it's the demons in the woods. When I know better now.
Yep.
Um, so that was like the first thing that made me start to really question it. And then Ronnie LeBlanc is somebody I haven't met yet, but I would love to. He's seen red eye shine in the woods, like really high up with this big black mass. And I'm like, I saw that too. And then they talk about he rotted kind of smell that people will smell when Bigfoot's around. I'm like, that happened to me too. Like,
Yep.
what the heck?
Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, there's different signs. I've also heard about the blue shine in the eyes too. I believe it
Mhm.
was out in who was it, the Omaha tribe, where they did the special for Sea Tonga. They talked about one of them had like a blue shine to their eyes. And that's
Oh,
always
yeah,
kind
I've
of
I've
curious.
experienced that, the white blue shine.
Yep,
I've
that's
experienced
always
that too.
been curious to me.
Wow, that's interesting. So, like, I've blah, 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 I can't talk. I've told this story before when I've talked about like my history and everything. So, my fiance and at the time, Bobbie and I were driving back from my now stepdad's house. So my mom and him were in Wisconsin fishing. So we were keeping an eye on the kitty cat that he had, and he had cable TV. So we were like, "Woo, TV!"
Right?
So we would go over there, and shit started happening at his house. Like the toilet kept flushing, a book flew off the shelf. We heard banging in the hall. We're like, "Okay, we're out of here." So we leave, and we're going back to my house, which is like not even a mile down the road. Bobbie slams on the brakes and he's like, look, I'm like, what are you doing? The driveway's like right there. And he's like, I think I saw something cross the road. I'm like, what? Okay. Like a deer? And he goes, no, I don't know what that was. So we start creeping up further. So there's the golf course on this side, on my left, the driver's side, and then on my right is the woods and our yard and our property. So he said he saw something big and black cross just out of reach of his headlight beams and go into the woods. So we went up a little bit and we look, and I shit you not, we saw this tall black figure hunched over, and it turned its head and it looked at us, and its eyes were like a whitish blue shine. We didn't go back there for like 2 hours. We just drove around the country. We were like, what the fuck was that?
Right.
So that's my blue and white eye shine story, because I've never seen that since. Like, that's the only time I've seen that.
Okay. I've yet to experience it out in the field yet, but I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
Because who knows what's all out there? Who says that what we have documented already is all there is to know? There's a lot more, I believe, that once we start peeling back some more of these layers and getting closer, that we're going to find more evidence that people that were looked at going, nah, that can't be it. We'll find out, yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's why, like, I enjoy how UFOs are kind of more, I mean, I don't like that it's mainstream, but I'm happy that it is, because
Yeah.
you talk about it, even spirits and Bigfoot and stuff nowadays. 20 years ago, you couldn't do that. Not nowadays, like, you can talk about it almost openly. So that's been very refreshing.
Almost. I talk openly about it all the time, no matter where I'm at.
Well,
You think I'm crazy? I'm crazy. Oh, well.
I'll wear, like, I think I've got my Resident Alien shirt on right now. So, like, I'll wear shit like that. And people are like, oh, nice shirt. And then that'll come up like, oh, do you believe in UFOs, or do you believe in this? And you start talking about that. So it's so funny nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll be out talking to someone and something will come up and I'll end up giving one of my cards. I look at my cards and all of a sudden their face just goes blank, goes, oh my God, let's talk about this. And let's talk about that. I had this experience. And,
right.
I actually I had to laugh. It was about a month ago. I was talking to some customers at work and they're like, oh yeah, we're down south area, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, you're from the Teresa area. And they went blank. They're like, how'd you know that? I'm like, handed my card and walked away. The rest of the weekend that they were staying at the casino, hey, psychic, come here. Hey, Mr. Psychic, come here. I'm like, God, guys, I'm not a party trick here.
Right. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, me, I do have cards. I need to start handing them out more, but yeah, I got new ones this year. I'm excited.
Nice. Yes, you gotta promote them. So now there's a question I ask everyone that comes on the show.
Okay.
All right. Anywhere in the world that you can go and do an investigation at, where would it be? Money's no option, time's no option, anywhere.
Oh man, see, it's like there's where I want to go for Bigfoot, there's where I want to go for UFOs, and there's where I want to go for ghosts.
Let's hit the gambit and see if we're on the same page here.
Well, Mount Shasta is on there for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Sedona, multiple reasons. And then overseas, I would really love to go to like Scotland or Ireland, like old country with castles and medieval dragons and shit.
I always wanted to take ghost hunt a castle.
Right.
I think that'd be a blast.
Right.
I just don't know how they'll take us, take me as a Native American, as a savage over there. Right. It could be really fun or it could be a big headache. So we'll see. I'll eventually make it over there.
Right.
But Mount Shasta, yeah, with everything that goes on there, I definitely would like to check that out. Because you run the full gambit of everything out there.
Yep, that's why it's like spirits, Bigfoot, UFOs, ETs, portals, and elementals, they're all out there.
Lee went to Mount Shasta. Lee Warner. Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So she went there after Willow Creek. Yep.
That's cool.
So yeah, I'd like to check that out. But like everyone knows that watches the show, my bucket list place, top notch, is Alcatraz. I want to do 30 days under the rock. So
I've heard stories about that place. So
Oh yeah.
I can't believe it's already like almost 10 o'clock. Where did time go?
That's what happens when you get someone that you enjoy talking with.
Right, exactly.
It flies by. So shameless plug time. Plug whatever you got going on, how people get a hold of you, all the things you do, teams, hit it, everything.
Okay, so I'm a part of Spire, SPIRE. So we're paranormal team. We go and investigate people's houses. We're actually going to one of my friends' houses in June in Chicago. So that's going to be fun. I've got the Witches and Wellness Expo in DeKalb, Illinois at NIU, July 11th and 12th. So I do Reiki and sound healing. So I'm going to be doing both of those there. And then the only other expo that I will be vending at is the Rockford Paranormal Conference, which is, I believe it's the 9th, 10th, and 11th in Rockford, Illinois. So I'll be giving a presentation as well as doing Reiki and sound healing treatments. Best way to get a hold of me is honestly Facebook. I'm not too social media savvy. Facebook's easy for me. And if you spell my name just how it is right there, Jessiy Hawthorne, I'll pop up. And this background might be up, or I think I might be with Jimmy Church. I can't remember what my profile picture is. So Reiki healing, paranormal stuff. I do CE5s as well. I facilitate those. So lots of stuff. So get a hold of me if you'd like.
All right. CE5, I might have to bring you up here for one of them.
Oh, I got some amazing footage from 2 weekends ago. Holy shit. Yeah.
I'm in federal airspace, so we have nothing that flies over.
Ooh.
So it's limited on any kind of things that are up in the skies around here.
Right. Oh, that'd
so,
be
and
cool.
I've been toying with the idea about doing a CE5 up here for the last, I don't know, year or two. If we can put something together, a weekend that we're both available, I think we should do that.
Right.
Get a group
of
us
it's
up
not
here.
Freezing cold though.
Yeah. Summertime. We got a whole long summer. I think we get some unique experiences up here because we have beautiful skies up here without the pollution. So,
right.
Yeah.
I would love to see you.
Yep. Yeah, Sean's not that far away, just a few hours from DeKalb.
Yeah. That's what he was saying because I was on a show a few weeks ago.
Yeah. So now we're getting to the top of the hour, so we're going to have to say goodbye. But first, count me in. All right, Greg. We're there, buddy. You're always welcome wherever I'm at. Just so you know, I do have some free time. So if anyone's looking for a blended reading, hit me up on Facebook. We can make arrangements for that. Again, like I was saying, if you look for anybody on your show, hit me up. I got some time available. Hey, Charlotte. And anyone looking for an extra hand with any investigation or events, I'm easy to find, guys. Right on Facebook, Bobbie RezNeck Calkins. Also Red Road Paranormal at Gmail, RezNeck Inc. at Gmail. You can find me on TikTok, but I don't really do much on there. Biggest thing is Facebook. I use TikTok to share my ads for the show. That's about it.
Right.
And then if I'm out in the field investigating, I get something, I do a live on Facebook. I try to transplant it over to TikTok.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm still learning. I just started it last summer. Okay. I was late to the TikTok game, guys. I'm sorry.
I still don't have one, so it's okay.
All right. I have an Instagram, but I don't ever use it. So that's
same. It just sits there.
Right. I keep getting people, so-and-so's new follower. Really? I haven't put none up there. Why are they following me?
All right. Thank you guys for hanging out and everything and the questions. I appreciate it.
Yep. And then in the future, anytime you want to come back, darling, you have an open invitation anytime. So other than that, Gwen, why don't you go ahead and take us away? Have a good night, y'all. Oh, Sean's in the background. Take us away, Sean.
Hey.
She tapped. It happened.
Poor Gwen.